Welcome to the Discourse Analyzer AI Toolkit, where articles come alive. You're listening to the audio version of our article. For the full text and an interactive experience, check out the link in the description below. Interact with any selection using our AI assistant to enhance your understanding. Let's explore.
Sectors in discourse analysis. In discourse analysis, sectors refer to the different social, institutional, or professional domains in which language is analyzed to understand how discourse shapes, reflects, and maintains social structures, identities, and power relations. Each sector has its own distinct language practices, terminologies, and communication norms, making discourse analysis a valuable tool for exploring the specific ways language functions within various fields. The analysis of discourse in different sectors often focuses on how language operates in specialized environments, how it constructs relationships and identities, and how it reflects broader social or cultural dynamics. Discourse analysis can be applied across a wide range of sectors, including politics, media, healthcare, law, education, business, and social media, among others. Each sector offers unique insights into the role of language in shaping human interactions, power dynamics, and social practices. Key sectors in discourse analysis. Point 1. Political discourse. Political discourse analysis focuses on how language is used in the political sphere to influence public opinion, construct ideologies, and negotiate power. This sector includes the study of speeches, debates, policy documents, campaign advertisements, and media coverage of political events. Key features: persuasion and rhetoric. Analyzes how politicians use rhetorical strategies to persuade audiences, including appeals to emotion, logic, and authority. Framing. Examines how political issues are framed in discourse, such as the language used to discuss immigration, national security, or economic policy. Power and ideology. Focuses on how political language reflects or challenges existing power structures and ideologies. Example, in an analysis of a presidential campaign speech, discourse analysts might examine how the candidate uses national identity to frame policy positions, such as portraying immigration reform as essential to protecting American values. The analysis would focus on the use of metaphors, e.g., building a wall, as a metaphor for security, and how language is used to create an us versus them narrative. Point 2. Media discourse. Media discourse analysis investigates how language is used in news reporting, advertising, entertainment, and online platforms. Media plays a crucial role in shaping public perceptions and opinions, making it a rich area for discourse analysis. Key features: representation. Explores how different social groups, e.g., gender, race, class, are represented in media discourse, and how these representations reflect broader societal ideologies. Framing and agenda setting. Examines how media outlets frame stories and issues, influencing what information is emphasized or downplayed. Ideology and bias. Analyzes how media discourse reflects ideological positions and biases, shaping the way events and issues are understood. Example, a discourse analysis of news coverage on climate change might reveal differences in how conservative and liberal media outlets frame the issue. While one outlet might emphasize economic consequences and uncertainty, another might frame it as an urgent environmental crisis. The analysis would explore how language choices align with ideological stances and how they influence public understanding of climate change. Point 3. Healthcare discourse. Healthcare discourse analysis focuses on how language is used in medical settings, including doctor-patient interactions, health campaigns, policy documents, and medical records. It explores how communication practices in healthcare affect patient outcomes, professional roles, and public health. Key features: doctor-patient communication. Analyzes the power dynamics in medical consultations, focusing on how doctors use language to diagnose, advise, and interact with patients. Health campaigns and public messaging. Examines how public health messages are constructed to influence behavior, such as promoting vaccination or healthy lifestyle choices. Medical jargon. Investigates how specialized language and medical terminology are used in healthcare settings, and how this affects communication between professionals and patients. Example, In a discourse analysis of doctor-patient interactions, researchers might focus on how authority is constructed through language. Doctors may use imperative statements, "You need to take this medication," or modal verbs, "You should avoid this activity," to assert control over the interaction. The analysis could also examine how patients challenge or accept this authority, revealing the underlying power dynamics in medical consultations. Point 4. Legal discourse. Legal discourse analysis examines how language is used in legal settings, such as courtroom interactions, legal documents, legislation, and police reports. This sector focuses on the highly formalized and structured nature of legal language and its role in constructing justice, authority, and rights. Key features: power and authority. Analyzes how legal professionals, judges, lawyers, police officers, use language to assert authority and control legal processes. Legal jargon and formality. Investigates the specialized vocabulary of the legal field, focusing on how technical language affects accessibility and understanding of legal texts. Representation of defendants and victims. Examines how language constructs the identities of defendants, victims, and other actors in legal cases, often reflecting broader societal biases. Example: a discourse analysis of courtroom interactions might focus on how cross-examinations are structured to undermine the credibility of witnesses. Lawyers might use leading questions or rhetorical strategies to frame the defendant's actions in a negative light, while judges use formal, procedural language to maintain authority. This analysis would reveal how language plays a central role in shaping perceptions of truth and justice in the courtroom. Point 5. Educational discourse. Educational discourse analysis focuses on how language is used in classrooms, curricula, educational policies, and academic writing. This sector explores the ways in which language constructs knowledge, transmits cultural values, and shapes teacher-student relationships. Key features: knowledge transmission. Examines how teachers use language to convey knowledge, focusing on interaction patterns, questioning techniques, and classroom management. Power and authority. Investigates the power dynamics between teachers and students, as well as how institutional language reflects and reinforces authority structures in education. Curriculum and policy. Analyzes the language of educational curricula and policies to understand how they construct educational goals, values, and ideologies. Example: in an analysis of classroom discourse, researchers might examine how teachers use questions to guide learning and maintain control over the classroom. They might explore the use of closed-ended versus open-ended questions to assess how much freedom students have in constructing knowledge. The analysis could also look at how language reinforces teacher authority and how students are positioned as passive or active participants in the learning process. Point 6. Business and corporate discourse. Business discourse analysis investigates how language is used in corporate settings, including marketing, management, corporate communication, and professional interactions. It explores how language reflects organizational culture, constructs professional identities, and facilitates decision-making. Key features: organizational culture. Examines how corporate language reflects and reinforces company values, goals, and hierarchies. Leadership and management communication. Analyzes how leaders use language to motivate employees, make decisions, and manage conflict. Marketing and branding. Explores how businesses use persuasive language to construct brand identities, target audiences, and promote products or services. Example: a discourse analysis of corporate mission statements might explore how companies use values-based language to construct an ethical or socially responsible identity. Phrases like commitment to sustainability or dedication to innovation are commonly used to appeal to both employees and consumers, shaping the company's public image. The analysis might reveal how language is used to align corporate interests with broader social trends. Point 7. Social media discourse. Social media discourse analysis focuses on the unique forms of communication that emerge on platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. This sector explores how digital interactions shape public opinion, create communities, and reflect social, political, and cultural dynamics. Key features: user-generated content. Analyzes how individuals use language to construct identities, express opinions, and engage with others in online communities. Digital interactions. focuses on the structure of online conversations, including hashtags, emojis, and memes, as well as how social media shapes new forms of discourse. Virality and influence examines how certain messages or ideas spread rapidly through social media and how language is used to gain influence or popularity. Example: in a discourse analysis of the hashtag #MeToo movement on Twitter, researchers might examine how language is used to share personal experiences, express solidarity, and challenge systemic issues related to sexual harassment. The analysis would explore how the use of hashtags facilitates collective action and how individuals use language to position themselves as part of a broader social movement. Point 8. Environmental discourse. Environmental discourse analysis explores how language is used to discuss environmental issues, such as climate change, conservation, and sustainability. This sector focuses on how different stakeholders, e.g., governments, NGOs, corporations, activists, use language to frame environmental challenges and solutions. Key features: framing of environmental issues. Examines how language frames environmental problems, e.g., as crises, challenges, or opportunities, and how this framing affects public perception and policy. Stakeholder discourse analyzes how different groups, e.g., environmental activists, corporations, policymakers, use language to promote their agendas and negotiate solutions. Environmental ethics and ideology investigates how discourse reflects broader environmental ideologies, such as ecocentrism, sustainability, or corporate social responsibility. Example: a discourse analysis of corporate sustainability reports might reveal how companies use language to portray themselves as environmentally responsible. The analysis might focus on the use of terms like green energy, carbon footprint, and sustainability goals to construct a corporate identity aligned with environmental ethics, while also examining whether these claims reflect substantive actions or merely corporate greenwashing. Conclusion: discourse analysis can be applied across a wide range of sectors, each offering unique insights into how language functions in specific social, cultural, and institutional contexts. Whether in politics, media, healthcare, law, education, business, or social media, discourse analysis provides a powerful tool for understanding how language shapes and is shaped by the dynamics of power, identity, and ideology. By examining the specific features of discourse in these sectors, researchers can uncover the ways in which language reflects broader societal values, structures, and challenges, offering valuable insights into the role of communication in shaping our world. Frequently asked questions. What does sectors refer to in discourse analysis? Sectors in discourse analysis refer to the distinct social, institutional, or professional domains where language is studied. Each sector, such as politics, media, healthcare, or law, has unique language practices that reflect and shape social structures, identities, and power relations. How is discourse analysis applied in the political sector? In political discourse, analysis focuses on how language is used to influence public opinion, construct ideologies, and maintain or challenge power. Researchers examine speeches, debates, and policy documents to explore rhetorical strategies, framing of issues, and how political language aligns with or disrupts power dynamics. What is the focus of media discourse analysis? Media discourse analysis investigates how language shapes public perception in news, entertainment, advertising, and digital platforms. It explores the representation of social groups, framing of stories, and the ideological bias embedded in media coverage, which influence societal understanding of issues. What is the role of language in healthcare discourse analysis? Healthcare discourse analysis looks at doctor-patient communication, health campaigns, and medical jargon. It explores how language constructs power dynamics in medical consultations, the clarity of health messages, and how specialized language impacts understanding between professionals and patients. How does legal discourse analysis approach language in legal contexts? Legal discourse analysis examines how language is used in formal legal settings, such as courtroom interactions, legislation, and police reports. It focuses on how legal language asserts authority, the accessibility of legal jargon, and how defendants and victims are constructed in legal narratives. What are the key areas of analysis in educational discourse? In educational discourse, the focus is on how language constructs knowledge, manages classroom interactions, and transmits cultural values. Researchers analyze teacher-student dynamics, curriculum language, and institutional communication to understand how language reflects power structures and pedagogical goals. How is business discourse analyzed in corporate settings? Business discourse analysis explores how language constructs organizational culture, professional identities, and decision-making processes. This includes the analysis of corporate mission statements, leadership communication, and marketing language to see how companies use discourse to align with values and target audiences. How is social media discourse distinct from traditional media analysis? Social media discourse analysis focuses on user-generated content and digital interactions on platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. It examines how language shapes online communities, how memes and hashtags create new forms of discourse, and how messages gain influence or go viral. What is the focus of environmental discourse analysis? Environmental discourse analysis explores how language frames environmental issues like climate change and sustainability. It examines how different stakeholders, governments, activists, corporations, use language to promote their agendas and how this discourse reflects broader environmental ethics and ideologies. Why is discourse analysis valuable across different sectors? Discourse analysis reveals how language shapes social realities in different fields. It helps uncover how power, identity, and ideology operate in specific contexts, offering insights into how communication practices maintain or challenge societal structures across sectors like politics, law, media, and healthcare.